Hey, you want blood pressure like this? I'm going to show you exactly how to do it.
There's a lot of confusion when it comes to nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that's formed naturally in our body as a result of the necessity for blood flow to get to a certain area. So if you're exercising, let's say your legs, your body's going to produce more nitric oxide to open up and widen the blood vessels so that more blood can get to the muscles, so the muscle can get more oxygen and more nutrients to function. This is normal. Many people will comment down below saying, well, isn't too much nitric oxide dangerous? And the answer is, if you're inhaling it, it's dangerous. But we're not talking about inhaling nitric oxide, or sometimes people confuse nitrous oxide with nitric oxide. They're totally different. Think of Fast and the Furious. Second thing is, in theory, one could have a problem with too much nitric oxide. For example, if you were to overdose, which, why would you do this? But people do silly things. If you were to overdose on Viagra, for example, Viagra helps our body produce more nitric oxide. It does it differently than the natural method of increasing nitric oxide. It inhibits certain enzymes so that your body will produce nitric oxide. And when you do something artificially like that, then sure, if you overdose on Viagra, one could have too much nitric oxide in the body, and thus you would start feeling dizzy, your blood pressure would drop too much. So, hey, don't overdose. But when it comes to taking supplements, for example, this one that I highly recommend, this is from Nature's Pure Blend. It's called Nitric Oxide Flow. And what it has L-arginine and L-citrulline in it, which are amino acids. In case you don't know this, amino acids are naturally found in foods that are protein style foods. So think of eggs and meat and chicken and fish. And then there's plant-based foods that have these amino acids in it. The problem is a lot of people are just not getting enough of these particular amino acids. So L-arginine converts directly into nitric oxide through a process that uses an enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase. Now, L-citrulline converts into L-arginine in the kidneys, and then the L-arginine is then converted into the nitric oxide via the endothelial nitric oxide synthase. So if you supply too much amino acids to your body is only limited in how much nitric oxide it can naturally produce. Your body is not going to overproduce too much nitric oxide if you eat too much protein, for example. That would be silly. Imagine if you just ate too much protein. Your protein requirements are 100 grams per day, and you eat 120 grams per day, and then your blood pressure drops so low that you die. That would be literally impossible. However, I'm sure there's some genetic component where someone in the New England Journal of Medicine had this happen to them, but it would be so rare that it's not important in our daily activities and what we're trying to communicate. Now, there are many ways you can increase nitric oxide in your body. One is through the supplementation, stuff like this, of which there will be a link down below if you want to try this. I recommend it. The other ways are breathing in through the nose. Humming is another way to do it. So if you just hum throughout the day. If you exercise, that's another way to increase the amount of nitric oxide. So there's many different mechanisms by which you can naturally increase your nitric oxide. And the reason why you want this is because it improves your heart health, it improves your blood pressure, it improves your athletic performance on the field and in the bedroom. There's many different benefits of improving your body's ability to produce nitric oxide. One of the key things that restrict your body from producing nitric oxide, which you shouldn't be doing, is smoking. So look at the link down below, get yourself some Nature's Pure Blend Nitric Oxide Flow. It's great stuff.